Hello everyone, Phoenix Knight here. Welcome to the channel, and welcome to a new playthrough on the channel. We're trying our luck on a road trip tonight as we're playing Hit Z Road by Asmodee. Our goal is to survive a zombie outbreak by going from Chicago to Los Angeles. So that's what we're trying to do here. The solo mode is a little bit different from the normal game in that we've got the three pairs of cards here, but they're not all going to be face down. Let's take a look at what we've got first. So we've got our first path up here that's going to be completely face down. Then this one will have the left card face up. So here we will find a pack of dogs chasing us. Discard one of our resources. That seems like something to skip. Our first card here on the path that we know everything about is get an energy. Take a map token. Old guy who gave us the map. And our other card is 2 gas at a Texaco. Now the way the paths work in the game is you've got 3 paths. This one's completely face down. You don't know what's here. You can take 2 resources from there. This path you know something about resolved normally, but this path you have to pay 2 resources to go on that path. So we've got our 5 survivors. We've got me, of course. This survivor is going to be ID Jester, Dave's Tabletop Gaming, Cardboard Commander, and we'll say, I don't know, it's usually Jet, so it'll just be somebody else, I guess. I don't really know who. So, our goal is to get from Chicago to Los Angeles with at least me, but ideally as many as we can. So, which path do we want to start with here? Well, this one's going to take one of my resources. I would get 3 back going here, but that would cost me 2. So let's actually go up here. I can take 2 resources I want there. You start off with 4 ammo, which you can use for 2 ranged dice per ammo you spend. You start off with 4 fuel, which fuel are probably used on the cards. This should explain what they're for. And of course it doesn't. But where is it in here? Resource tokens are unlimited. It does mention that. It'll probably be listed on the card. Let's see, scavenge, event, fight. Okay, and then we've got the adrenaline, which are mostly used on these on our dice that we roll. We've got special wooden dice. We can use an adrenaline here to convert that to a kill, or that's an adrenaline for an opportunity kill, so we can spend an adrenaline to kill a zombie. It doesn't explain what the fuel is. Oh, to flee, spend 2 gas tokens to flee. Okay, so we are going to take an ammo and an energy, and I've got a set of my cups down here to denote my resources. So let's look at our first card. Our first card we find here is 4 fuel, and we get the steering wheel token. So we get that, and we get 4 more fuel. So we can definitely 1, 2, 3, 4. And then our next card here is 2 ammo, a victory point. Dad has let Reb travel with us. Take a survivor. So we've got another new survivor joining the group, and I actually want the survivors over here. So Rough Swordsman decided to join us on this journey. Probably wondering what he's doing with his life riding with us here, but that's everything there. So we'll flip over a new 6 cards. So that was our first turn. This card starts face up on the journey. 3 ammo, and we have to fight 3 zombies. That one's face down, and this one we know everything about. 2 ammo and a fuel, 1 victory point, and an ammo, take a map token. So this path would give me 4 resources back at a net cost, so I would net 2 resources, which I could easily spend 2 ammo. I'd come out ahead 1 on that, and get a fuel on top of that. This would give me 3 ammo for sure, but I'd have to fight 3 zombies. Or this one would give me anything, but I think I'm just going to bite the bullet here. We'll go on this path. So I'll get 3 ammo, and I have to fight 3 zombies. So I've got my 3 zombies that I'm fighting up here. Now I can spend ammo to roll on ranged dice. Actually, I'm going to spend that 3 ammo that I just got to roll 6 dice. It's 2 ammo per dice. And what I'm looking for here is anything with a target in ranged combat. So that would be good. That would also be good because I can spend an adrenaline for that. But I think everything else is basically a dead roll. So yeah. We'll give this a roll and see what happens. Well, that'll work. We blast all 3 zombies to Kingdom Come, and we get that as a victory point. Our next card on this path is 2 energy, a victory point, or 2 adrenaline, victory point, and take a person token. So that's right there. So the rest of these can get discarded. And we will look at our next 6 cards, as we're on turn 3 already. 1, 2. This one's face up front. We have an ammo and adrenaline, 1 victory point if we beat it, but we have to fight 4 zombies. This one is totally face up. An adrenaline, take a survivor, Miss Dynamite Stenson. And a fuel, a victory point, but we have to fight 5 zombies. Let's go on this path, and I'll take 2 ammo. Our first card here is an ammo. We take the bandage token, but we have to fight 5 zombies. So we get the bandage token and ammo that I'll immediately spend along with 2 more for a ranged roll. There are our 5 zombies. So 6 dice. Okay, well, we'll spend an adrenaline for that target to get a 3rd zombie, but I don't think during a ranged roll, all of the results are ignored. So we kill 3 zombies, and now we've got to roll 6 dice. Now we're looking at melee results. I believe the targets don't do anything during the melee roll. Actually, they do. And I believe this is a roll before any melee round. So it looks like these are all roll to the finish. Okay, so we have to spend 2 adrenaline to save 2 of our survivors. We'll kill the other 2 zombies because we've taken out 3 during the ranged roll. And then we get that for 1 victory point. And our last card on the path is 4 more ammo and a victory point. Christmas in September. Funny enough. So that gives me 1, 2, 3, 4 ammo back. Okay. And now we're all into level 2. You might be able to see if you look closely that that the cards do get stronger and more difficult to deal with. So the first path is all face down. We've got one card face up. The one face up in path 2 is an energy. As long as you have the steering wheel token, treat hordes as regular zombies. We might actually want that. And this last path is all face up. 2 ammo, but we have to fight 4 zombies. And lesson of the day, how to make ammo. Tom is a good teacher. 2 ammo. And I think I do want this after all. So I will take an adrenaline without knocking that off the table, which will let me, since I do have the steering wheel token, that lets me treat zombies or hordes as regular zombies. We'll know it's a horde by the red icon, by a red icon in the lower right corner. Next card, we get 2 ammunition. For each skull I get on the ranged roll, add a zombie. 2 victory points, and I've got to fight 5 zombies. So 4 and 5. We are going to do a ranged roll of 3 dice, or 3 ammo for 6 dice. Let's see what we do here. We do get 2 fuel, by the way, so we could flee if we had to. Wow, we don't have to, actually. So we actually kill all 5 of the zombies on the ranged roll. So very nicely done there. And we'll discard everything. We're on round 5. Let me just check the count of that real quick. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17... 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4. Divide by 6. Yep, we're on round 5 now. First card face up. 2 adrenaline, discard 1 of your resources. And this one we know everything about. An adrenaline, lose 2 survivors or discard the scope token if you have it. That seems like one to skip. And an adrenaline, what's the password? 2 victory points, but it would be a horde of 6. Which, remember, because we have the steering wheel, we treat those as regular zombies. I'm a little low on adrenaline, so I'm actually going to go here and take 2 adrenaline. First card up. 4 fuel and a victory point. Very nice. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We've got tons of fuel here. And our next card. A fuel, but we lose a survivor. Sorry, Ruff. All of these get discarded. We're on round 6 coming out. And we get a new set of cards. This one's face up. 3 ammo. Where are the police when you need them? 1 victory point and 5 zombies. Then we know everything about this path. In energy, 2 victory points, 6 zombies. For each skull you get on the ranged roll, add a zombie. And energy, spend 2 fuel. For each fuel not spent, lose a survivor. I think I'm going to go for this path this time and take 2 ammo. First up, we've got a fuel. We got a fuel, a victory point, and 5 zombies. So fuel. The victory point's only if we beat it, so I'm going to spend 3 ammo for a ranged roll on that. We'll get our 5 zombies out. Got that token as well. So I do have to spend 2 adrenaline to keep zombies from killing 2 of my survivors. I'll also spend another adrenaline so I can take out a 4th zombie. So I've got 4 down. And now I've got to fight 1 more. I've got 5 survivors now, as Ruff ended up leaving the journey. Oh, that last survivor's historic wins, I guess. So let's see what we get here on 5 dice. Let's see. Well, I'll spend the adrenaline to keep somebody from killing historic wings, but I will get the last zombie so we get that victory point. Our next card up is ammo. 2 ammo. If you have a map token, it's worth 6 victory points. We do not. So 2 more ammo. I think we had an opportunity to get a map earlier, but we didn't get it. We didn't take it. And now we're on round 7. We're starting to get down to the nitty-gritty of this. Coming out face up is an adrenaline, 2 victory points, and a horde strength of 6 zombies. But again, we treat those as regular zombies. Actually, that's 6 horde zombies with 2 horde dice. For each skull you get on the ranged roll, add a zombie. This path is totally face up. An adrenaline, 2 victory points, 6 zombies with a horde strength of 2, and an adrenaline. If we have the person token, Tim is a dirty little traitor. If we have the person token, spend 3 ammo, then discard the person token. Let's not go for that path. Let's go for this path. First card up is an adrenaline. Still no Wi-Fi in a motel. The adrenaline's very welcome. And an adrenaline. Actually, that reminds me, I get resources as well. Roll a die for each of my survivors. For each skull I get, lose a survivor. We'll take 2 more adrenaline as well. So I've got 5 survivors here. For each skull I roll, I lose a survivor. That's a total of no skulls, so we very much duck trouble there. I will welcome that all day long. Alright, we are into round 8 next. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, so we've got 3 rounds left. This path starts with half face up. Ammo. Roll a die. If you don't get a target, lose a survivor. Victory point if we beat it. 4 zombies. Our bottom path. Ammo, adrenaline. 2 victory points, but 3 zombies. And 2 ammo. You can't flee from this fight. 6 horde zombies with 2 horde dice. I'm going to go for this path. I'm going to take an ammo and an adrenaline. Our first card up. An adrenaline, 4 zombies. Roll a die. If you don't get a target, lose a survivor. Sorry, Historic Wings. So we do have to deal with 4 zombies. I will spend 2 ammo to get 4 dice. Well, I'll spend an adrenaline and gladly take all 4 of those zombies out in one shot. I've got some marksmen in the car with me tonight from the looks of it. Okay, for each... So 4 zombies, and for each biohazard token I have, lose a survivor. Fortunately, I don't have any. So I've got another 4 dice. I'll spend 2 more. Let's see if our marksmen are up to the task once again. We'll spend an adrenaline and we'll get 2 more. And then we'll roll another 4 dice. Because we've got 2 zombies left, we're on the melee roll now. We'll spend an adrenaline to kill both of these zombies. So very nicely done there, folks. We'll move everything to the discard pile. We've got 2 rounds left. And so far, me, Jester, Dave, and Cardboard Commander are doing very well on this trip. First on the path. 2 ammo. Roll a die. If you don't get a target, lose a survivor. 3 zombies. And everything about this path, I've got tons of ammo I could spend, so if this is safe, I could go on it. Adrenaline, 6 zombies. For each skull you get on the ranged roll, add a zombie. And an adrenaline, again, for each skull on the ranged roll, add a zombie. 5 zombies. Let's go for this path, and once again, I'll take 1 ammo and 1 adrenaline. As Jester's stopping by, you've been away for the last few days. How was the trip up to Indiana? Let's look at our first card while we're waiting on that. We've been here for almost a week now. Horde strength of 3 with 6 zombies. Fortunately, though, I'm looking for the card. Here it is. Fortunately, we have the steering wheel token and a card that says as long as we have it, we treat hordes as regular zombies. So we're not worried about so we don't have to worry about the horde aspect, which means these red dice can stay out of my dice cup. We'll spend 3 ammo to get 6 dice. So far, Jester, it's you, me, Dave's Tabletop Gaming, and Cardboard Commander trying to make it to Chicago. We're almost there, or make it to Los Angeles. We're almost there. We're probably in I would say we're probably in Nevada. It was a good trip, short and sweet, but it was cold up there, but I know that. Yeah, I could have told you it was going to be cold if Indiana was anything like southeast Wisconsin, which is where I am. It was probably cold. Okay, I will spend an adrenaline, get a 4th zombie knocked out of the way. So we've got 2 more that we've got to deal with. So 2 more zombies for this motley crew. Which I'm going to need to spend 2 adrenaline, but rather than have any funny business, I'm just going to knock these zombies out right now. Next card is an ammo. I can't spend any adrenaline during the fight. 4 zombies. What I can do, though, is spend another ammo along with the one I just got for a ranged roll of 4 dice. I can't spend adrenaline, but I will cut my zombie count in half even without that ability. So now we go into the melee roll. We got 2 more to deal with. Well, we don't need to spend the adrenaline. 2 more zombies in the books. And we've made it to Los Angeles, but we've got 1 more gauntlet to run before we get there. Before we can actually park and find somewhere to hide out. If the bottom path is even remotely safe, I've got tons of fuel that I can run away from if I need to. If at least one player has been eliminated in the game, you fight 8 zombies instead of 1. Fortunately, I'm playing solo. And then we've got another card face up. Actually, this last path is face up. Derek drives a hard bargain, but Ashley needs meds for the others. Spend a fuel or lose a survivor. We might be going on that path just to keep a safe road. And a fuel and adrenaline, a victory point, and 3 zombies to deal with. Yeah, I think we're going to go on the safe path. I'll spend 2 fuel so I can go on the safe path, along with a 3rd fuel so I can make sure I don't lose a survivor, which I'll immediately get the fuel back, along with an adrenaline, and we've got to deal with 3 zombies. I believe resources count as ammo at the end of the game. Let's see here. Each epilogue card is worth 3 points. Okay, so add up all the points for... Yep, 1 additional point for each complete set, it looks like. Okay, so... Do I want to spend the ammo and play it safe, or am I going to be... Or am I feeling daring? You know what? I'd lose the set. So I've only got... The thing is, I've only got 1 ammo left right now. Do I want to risk a set on this? I don't think so, actually. We're just gonna roll the 4 dice naturally. We'll see what happens in a melee round, and then we can always spend fuel to run away from this later if we need to. Which we will spend an adrenaline to keep our crew alive, but we will kill a zombie. Well, I think either way I'm going to be missing a victory point, so I will spend 2 fuel after the combat round. I'll run away from this encounter, and then we will end up safe and sound in Los Angeles, and that's the end of the game. So we'll tally up victory points in just a minute, once I get the cards out of the way. Okay, so we have made it. Survive 8 rounds and finish it with as many points as possible. Add up all the points from the cards won. So we had 1... Actually, that was discarded. I don't know why I kept that. That was a stage 2. So are these. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, because I've got 1 complete set of resources. So that actually wasn't completely bad, all told. So a 10-point game, which ranks in cool. So yeah, we made it. You, me, Dave, and Cardboard Commander. We all made it over to Los Angeles. I figured the fuel was probably the safer play, but that'll do it for this playthrough of Hit Z Road. Normally I don't go for push your luck games, but this one I actually don't mind, and I think a lot of the reason I don't mind it too much is because it is a very small game. I think that's what I've started discovering with some of these games with mechanics I normally bounce pretty hard off of. Smaller is better with them. So definitely something to keep in mind. It's the same thing with me and something like Hex Encounter War games. I like those to be very much on the smaller side. And it's the same thing with Push Your Luck. I've been working on my engine in ChatGPT. The only mechanic I would say is an absolute hard no. The only mechanic I would say I would refuse to play is anything that screams social deduction. That I would bounce I know social deduction is probably my number one most hated mechanic in tabletop gaming. So probably a good thing I'm a predominantly solo gamer. But I'm rambling on that at this point, so let's go ahead and wrap this video up. I think we're going to do, I was debating what I wanted to do tomorrow, but I think we're going to do what I call Tuesday tennis. So with that in mind, we're going to start off tomorrow morning with a game of Inside Volley Tennis by Inside Sports Games. Thank you for watching the video. Actually, let's talk about what else is coming up. Saturday Mystical Munchies will continue out of the Corleone family cookbook as we make the side fettuccine alfredo. And Sunday morning, presumably Jester will be back on the channel as we will be finishing up Christmas in Arkham as we play Elder Sign. We are going for the sweep against Shubni Gudath this year. Her quest for revenge came to nothing. So we are going for the sweep and Elder Sign on Sunday morning. Thank you for watching the video. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to turn on notifications so you get my content. Be well, stay safe, take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and I'll be back with more videos in the future. Until then, take care everyone.